Alright, we're getting going here. So I remember trying to set up Hawaii in, I think it was Prepared, and it wasn't good. And then I tried again in X-Plane, thought it would be better, and it was, in all fairness, it was better. But still, I mean, the last, I tried it, I got the photo reel going, it had some overlays and all that. Had a lot of clouds all over the place, which is not surprising. If you've ever been to Hawaii, there's clouds there a lot of the time. They were there constantly when I was there. I was only there for 10 days. And so that was frustrating. You want there to be clouds, but you don't want them to be painted on the scenery. And then the overlays were pretty sparse. The question is how much is that resolved in FS 2020? This is taking a while. Alright, so start with the world map and spin it around over here. Let's see, it should be... Hello. How about, what is it? What is it? It's not P-Hog. Well, I could put P-Hog in and at least it'll spin the globe around, right? P-H-O-G. Alright, so that'll get the globe around. Now, that's not where I want to go. I want this to go away. Delete departure. And well, I was gonna Alright, so let's pick that. And parking place. Ramp 324. I don't know what ramp 324 is. What is this? Alright, we'll try it. So that does that. But let's zoom out. See which way we want to go. We can go this way, which is Kawaii, I believe. Or we could go over here. I wasn't aware that the next island over is over that much water. I kind of feel like this is P-Hog here, right? Yeah. Or I'm not familiar with that one. Let's say I select that one. So let's set that as the arrival. Does it give me any? So that's 87 nautical miles. Probably this is a better one. This one's better, right? Obviously, we're just, what would that do? Well, I want to come up here though, so let's do the low altitude airways. And let's do this. And we'll probably cut this out. Let's 100, I guess that's 198 nautical miles. Of course I clicked fly. I didn't change the airplane, but that's okay, I can do that. I'm thinking of flying the Cessna 208. Which again, I know very little about flying. But it's an airplane that's flown over there a lot. They fly, for GA, they fly a lot of Cessna 208s and a lot of Cessna 404s. And some others. So if I were going to ballpark how much gas I would need, let's go to, no, let's not do that. Let's go to PHNL. Yep. Alright, so we're at PHNL. Yeah, we're not going to take this airplane. Alright, so first, let's change the airplanes. Well, first, is there a flight plan? Objectives, nav log. Here we go. So we're going PHNL to PHTO. PHTO, and let's just get an idea of how much fuel. Cessna 208, and it says we need in pounds. Well, let's do that. Block fuel is 1779, and that's 180, so 270 gallons. Let's go escape, and let's go to, kind of restart, really? Alright, continue. Alright, so it forgot my flight plan. I wish it would have remembered. Alright, we'll go here. No. It's GA large, okay. And select PHTO. Alright. Set as arrival. No, that's good. Alright, so that's, well, that's the low altitude airways for now. Yeah, do this one, please. There we go. And like I said, I'll cut closer to the coast here. And then hopefully it knows you won't lose that. Let's see, profile and go hanger. And change aircraft and turboprops. This one? See how many bugs this thing has. So I guess I've got to go back to the map. And we will fly. There we go. All right, we almost ready? I'm sure I could hunt down a Cessna 208 checklist somewhere. That would be an easy one to find. All right, so here is, yes. Real eager to see what this looks like. Let's go. So, okay, so I still have the nav log showing. So obviously I want to make some adjustments here. No. Very sensitive. If I recall, you can see the cowl some. Alright, so let's try this. Let's try that. Actually. We'll have to see what this thing looks like. Alright. And then we will do chair's way back there, isn't it? Nope, not that. so your head is right there by this part, and your eye looks to be above the compass. So let's get this out of the way. Eye above the compass, and your head needs to go back a little bit more. Right about there. Oh. So you really can't see the cowling, if they're accurate. Alright, so let's go back there. Okay. That's about right, I think. And then if I zoom in, thing is, if you zoom in too much, then it feels like the airplane is crawling. Control-Alt-0. But we could use this as the basis for looking around, at least for now, even though I don't like that column being right there. Go this way. Control-Alt-4. We'll see what that looks like. That's weird, but I'll do it. Whoops. Go back here, and then let's go right. Quite honestly, I think that looks better. Control-Alt-6. I mean, to me, I would think you'd want to be looking out that window, but I guess not. Guess I can look down there, though. We'll go like this. See the big difference in field of view there? Makes a huge difference in speed when you take off, and in the sensation of speed when you take off. And you know, I probably will do some adjustment on that, but for right now we're going to do this. Alright, so everything else should be ready to go, except for the checklist, which I don't know what we have. Pre-flight, before starting engine before takeoff. Fuel tank selectors are off. It's amazing I remembered they were up there, to be honest. Okay. Engine selectors are norm. Gosh. By the way, condition lever doesn't work. Prop lever doesn't work. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. All right, let's go here. Controls. And let's see, we need throttle quadrant. See, I'm in the TBM one, so we'll say, light airplane? Nope. Nope. Let's go light air. Let me think. Let's do TBM. And then let's go to preset. See, you got to do this anyway, so I don't get that. I don't get why they don't. I'll call it Cessna 208 for now. I can rename it later. I don't know if it's a B or not. It's Cessna 208. All right, so now we're there. Now let's go to propeller toggle. Propeller 1 axis. Maybe just propeller axis. There it is. All right, and for this we want that axis right there, which is what? There's X, there's Y. We'll try that. Validate. And then we want condition lever. Is it going to be condition lever? Or is it going to be mixture? Probably mixture. Condition. Mixture. Mixture axis. Well, what is there another one, 0 to 100%? Well, let's go here. And we'll select the Z axis. And hope that that's right. Let's see, so we've got X, Y, and Z. Validate. Apply and save. Go back. Resume. Okay, so condition lever's back. They're actually a little bit slow, but that's okay. Engine ignition selectors norm. Okay. Well, thank God for that. Okay, so that must be norm right there. Can't see it, but it says set ignition to on would be there. Okay, so norm. Tick. Power lever is idle. Tick. Prop RPM, max RPM. Tick. And starting engine. Battery switch is on. Beacon. Come on, quit it. Alright. Thing's not cooperating. What the heck? See, I can't tick the friggin' item. Okay. Oh, there we go. Battery switch is on. Beacon. On avionics, switch number 1. On. God, I'd never be able to see those in this light. Fuel boost. Let's see, so on. So it started out. Oh, wait, that's the starter. No. Fuel boost. On. Starter. Okay, so tick item. I assume it starts something like a TBM. Condition levers full forward or low idle. Just say there. Oh, don't do that. I'll just guess that that's low idle. Starter off. Alright. Tick item. Condition lever low idle. And our fuel boost norm. Where that is. That's fuel boost, yep. Okay, so that's norm. Tick item. Parking brake, strobes on, parking brake release. Okay, we can figure that out. Alright, I will be right back. There was some way to there we go. Alright, so we're sitting here, this guy's here again. Well, it's a different guy this time. So now I can go drone mode, right? Let's go showcase. See what Hawaii looks like. MSFS. Set our drone speed. So we depart. We're departing that way. Um, and we'll fly past Honolulu and see what it looks like. I stayed a hotel right over here. Or actually, it was over here. I want to look at something before we go. And let's go to general. And just wanted to see if that changed things, because I've noticed that if I change a setting, sometimes my graphics gets better. I don't know what it is. Let's see. 5 streams. Well, you know, it's got a new sim out. You got to do something, right? Hi, Lucas. Um, it's interesting. They've got the clouds over the mountains here, which happens during this time. Well, yeah, this time of year, those clouds show up there every day. And then towards evening, they grow out towards the city, and you might get a little bit of sprinkle, and then they start shrinking back until morning. And it looks that's like what they've done here. But, you know, I mean, looking at this right here, this is better than I had so far achieved in X-Plane. So I can't say it's great, but we'll see what it looks like when we get in the air. To me, just sitting here looking at it, it looks cartoony. But, you know, that's not so... I don't even know how to reply to those faces. It looks kind of cartoony, just like this. I'm just going to say it, you know. But it's better than anything I've had so far. Like, if I did it in 4K, I'm just going to do this real quick, because I mean that'll change something. So let me go here and just change this for a moment to 4K, and that way I change something. I want to change something. Last time I did this, it came back awful. Okay, so let's keep the changes, apply and save, go back, resume. Yeah, I don't think the anti-aliasing works as good in 4K, which is weird. I mean, there may be some other setting to use, but I don't know about it yet. It doesn't look any better to me. In fact, I don't know, it may look a little worse. And I don't know, maybe because of the textures that they used. Let's go back, and now let's go general again. And then go back to 2K. 2560 by 1600, or is it 1440? I think it's 1440, isn't it? All right. How's that look to you, Lucas? Yeah, that's what I feel like. Yeah, it's 1440. Okay. Yeah, let's just see what it looks like in the air. Let's see, go back to cockpit. I'm already running. I've got my flight plan loaded. We're going to taxi down here and take off this way. So we'll just use that runway right there. So I thought I turned on my avionics. Why is this one not on? Oh. There we go. And we're taking off on 04 left. And we're going to land on 26. So nav is up here on this one, nav. Okay, so all right. Let's learn a bit about what's going on here. Oh, I see. See, and does this have the one? Yep, this has the 1 or 2 degree click. So runway 4, altitude. Say we're going east, but let's say 2,500. You know, honestly, I think I have to use that zoom right there because I can't see the displays worth a crap without it. You know, in X-Plane, this is what I use. See the difference? So I may have to, you know, in order to use these displays, I think I'm going to have to do that. So I'm going to do a Control-Alt-8, and then I'm going to we're going to do a Control-Alt-0 there. That works pretty good. Okay. Yeah, this is the Caravan, right? Let's have a look. I gotta get used to these things. I can't just click a key anymore. I've got to go to a menu. That's us. It made sense. That's really loud in my ears. Cessna 208s and Cessna 404s fly a lot here. So I'm just going to feel my way out to the runway. So runway 4. Runway 4 is actually here, this direction. So that's that runway. What is the wind? I might cheat and switch runways. I've only flown one, I think maybe twice, maybe 3 times most. Wind is 080 at 15, gust 22. Wow. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to take off on 8 left, not on 4. Alright, so yeah, that makes sense. There's no instructions on taxiing this thing. Let's see, is the park and brake off? I doubt it. Park and brake, is that it? No, alternate static air. That's not it. Rudder trim, where's the brake? Inertial separator bypass. Whatever that is, it's in op. Alternate, oh wait. Snake. Alright, so I have to press on the brake to get it to turn. You know, I don't know what to say about the whole steering thing with this. If you make it to where it turns realistically on the ground, then when you're zooming down the runway, it's so ridiculously sensitive. Alright, and I've got my condition lever set down a little bit so I can stay off the brakes. Some. Let me check my reverse thrust, see if that works. So there's a go around button. Does this thing have reverse? Lucas, do you know? Because I don't see any sign of it. I mean, I would think it would, but how would you engage it realistically? I'm flying, if I can make it to the runway without going off, I'll be flying on the airways but VFR. Doesn't matter, you know, I got no ATC. You know, and we'll probably pretty much, you know, I'm just going to use the magenta line as a guide. We're going to go see what we want to see. So this should be our taxiway right here. Is that the whole short line right there? No, I don't know what that is. Unless it's some new kind of hold short line. I think it was the hold short line. In the internet it says that the plane has reverse thrust. Okay, so it's got a toga switch, but oh, there it is, beta reverse. So if I do this, yeah, okay. It works. Alright, let's check the prop governor real quick. No difference. We're just gonna have to trust it, right? Well, I think, wait, if I go up, say, to let's go to 1,000 and now try it. I don't know. Normally I would expect the RPM to come down. It affects torque, that tells me something's working. What is the lever on the left of the throttle? That, I believe, is the emergency override. Yeah, emergency power. So if something happens to these, you can, in theory, if this worked, it's not modeled, then you would use that. Looks like I'm dialed into the ILS. Okay, so let's have a look. We got an altitude selected, we got a heading selected. We need to select CDI. There's our line. Let's zoom out a little bit. Alright, so that's good. And we want left landing, right landing, strobes, nav, seat belt, I guess, no smoking, cab, no, leave cabin off, taxi is off, alright, and that's lights, pedostatic, I guess, stall heat, lights, icing, flaps, where's our flap switch? I heard it. There it is. Alright, and I guess that's takeoff right there. Flaps transponder. Out. Switches would be toga. Toga doesn't work. So let's, we don't get toga, so let's do a come on, mouse, damn it. To 1,000 feet. Let's see if the flight director is on. Well, the flight director's on. And do a heading mode. All right. I don't know much about this airplane. I don't know rotation speeds. I don't know landing speeds. All I know is that the views are probably going to be pretty amazing. If we can stay out of the clouds. Not yet. Alright. Rotate 70, climb at 83, okay. So I can come over here and let's do heading sync. Heading mode is on. Okay. And then altitude. Switch that. I want to fly by hand. Well, actually, I want to AP here. Switch is on. Let's see what these hotels look like. Wow. I think that's the hotel I stayed at. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure. It's changed. It's been so many years since I've been there. So I would not describe this as great, just right off the top of my head. This needs work. Doesn't look nearly as beautiful as Hawaii does. That is not black. It just looks just like this over here, kind of, but even this doesn't look realistic. Looks very cartoony. It's amazing how much all this has grown up. None of this was here when I was here. This was all just, you know, anybody's for the taking. Oh, went too far. Pretty much. I mean, there were some houses over here, I'm sure. There was a little town over here. Somewhere right around here. I don't remember where. If I turn the, you know, the sightseeing things on, let's see what it looks like down here. Yeah, it's washed out some. This is gonna, I guess this is just gonna be a tough area to actually make it look good. That's where the pineapple plantations were up there. Yeah, it does. It really does. See how the water looks. I mean, you know, the water's going to look like it's going to look. It's not Hawaii water, it's just water. And I'm going to ignore the clouds mostly. Unless they're blocking our view or something, I'll just ignore them. Yeah, this needs, they need to really, I mean, this is a deep, deep color in here. If you go look at pictures of Hawaii, they're pretty spot on. This is deep color, deep dark green. You know, really lush vegetation. So, all right, so I put on nav. And if there's any island I would expect them to get right, it would be this one, because it's where Honolulu is. It's where Pearl Harbor is. So I wouldn't expect, you know, we get bored with this, we'll go someplace else. I mean, it's not bad, you know. At least you can see where the roads are. I went down this road here. I rented a Jeep and went down that road. And somewhere along here there's a bay. That might be it right there, where you can go in, you can get in the water and feed the fish. And there's coral. Saw a sea turtle there with missing a fin. And the fish are all super bright colored. And, you know, blues and yellows. Just gorgeous. And yeah, it was real pretty. So we're heading over towards the big island. This would be the life right here. You know, be just a Cessna 208 driver in Hawaii. See if we see any sharks down there. Kidding, of course, but you know. I haven't gone looking for wildlife yet. Okay, so we're not too far from the next island. See, they should make this world for truck simulator, for train simulator, for everything. And let's see, how we doing? Yeah, we're doing okay. I probably didn't bring enough gas. It's close. I'll just fill up in the sky. I had a friend that described Hawaii to me this way. His name was John Thompson. We were up in New York. We'd both been there. And he looked at me and he said, the way I describe it is this. All the world is black and white, and Hawaii is in color. And I looked at him and I just thought, and I thought, yep, that's about right. It's about true. At least with my limited experience, that's what it was. It is beautiful. Yeah, I'll probably do some more flying tomorrow. I've got some things I've got to take care of tomorrow, but I've got the next 2 days off. So I guess we could shut off the landing lights, huh? Did I put the flaps up? No, I didn't. We were just going to cruise along here at 2,500 feet, slow as could be. Yeah, maybe we'll, I don't know. Maybe Hawaii looks better at night. It probably does. I could imagine all kinds of simulators coming out of this. I mean, you name it. I saw somebody landing the sailplane, not the sailplane, that ocean, the float plane. And you really don't want to do it with waves, because when you get under the water disappears and becomes like a checkerboard. So, yeah, not good. I wanted to go to Kawaii because Kawaii is very lush. It's like a tropical rainforest. It's humid, and I wanted to see what that looked like. But I decided to go this way because there's a lot more islands to see. I mean, you can see, you go up towards Kawaii, let's see. See, Kawaii, you're over the water almost the entire time. That's Kawaii. This way, we're going past all of these islands. I just felt like that was a better deal. Decent airplane. I have less complaints about the G1000 than the G3000. So if I'm flying, with a TV screens like this, then I'll probably fly G1000 airplanes. Probably avoid the G3000 ones. Even though the autopilot is suspect. After that last flight, when I was 10 miles away from the airport, it just suddenly veered off on its own. Went a little bit nutso. It is gorgeous in Hawaii. I mean, really gorgeous. I island hopped from Korea to Japan to Korea, Japan, and then to Okinawa, which is actually part of Japan. It's in the southern part. To where else? To the Philippines, and then to Guam, and then to Hawaii. And they were all different. The two most beautiful were Okinawa and Hawaii. Well, I should say, no, Guam was gorgeous. It was just super, super humid, hot. But it was gorgeous. It was just, wow, it was gorgeous. Snorkeling heaven. You love to snorkel? Oh my gosh. What a weird looking island. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I had the TBM nosed over when I did that. I don't remember if I had autopilot on. I don't think I did. I think the pause brake is goofy. God, this is some weird looking stuff right here. I mean, this looks pretty nice. That looks okay. I've never been to any of the islands besides Oahu, so I can't say what they look like. I mean, in a strange way, it looks realistic, but I bet you those colors are much darker. Is that a city over there? No. Just trees. Oh, okay. Cool. Get those shopping centers to light up. You know, this is all volcanic. And the further east you go, the more of a volcanic thing it is. There's an airport right there. Look at that. You know, the good news is as they keep improving the scenery, we won't have to do a thing. That looks nice. The closer you get, the better it looks. Still needs to be darker. Those trees need to be Like these trees up here, they need to be, I think, much darker. But we'll see how it plays out, you know. Hey, Bill. I got off the ground right back there, and we're heading over here. So we've only gone that far. And you didn't miss that much, I don't think, because I didn't think that Honolulu looked that good. Unfortunately. How fast we going here? 169, that's good. That's all I was really hoping for. Yeah, this needs to be just, they need to go over this and just darken it up. Just darken the whole thing up. Love to visit these islands. And instead of going left at Pulps right here, I'm just going to come in and hug the coast so we can see the big island. I'll just do it like a direct Ocala. I wonder if this thing can do that. Flight plan. Hard to read. Okay, so what if I clear that? No verification thing. Okay, so that's good. Okay. I think I'm going to go heading mode here for a second. Let's just go over and take a look at this island. Really? To me, the best one I've flown so far is, well, I guess the Cessna 172. You know, the DA-20 or the DA-40 was nice, and I think they've got an autopilot problem of some kind. I don't know if it's specific to the DA-40, but if you took that autopilot problem I had 10 miles from the airport out, it was decent all the way around. So far I've flown the TBM, I've flown, this is the Cessna 208, I've flown the DA-40, I've flown both citations, and did not like the old Collins citation, the CJ4. That one's all messed up. This one seems good. You know. This is a good old reliable airplane. It's been around for decades. So yeah, you get closer to this island, it looks better. Let's see. Camera. Little town right there, it looks like. Little town. This is the beachfront road. You open the camera menu and move the mouse pointer onto it. Does your yoke twitch slightly? This is the camera menu here. Oh, this menu? Have a look at the yoke. Nope. I mean, the airplane twitches here a little bit. Let's get away from this. Go get back towards the course. Go over this other island. I had a friend that went to the Big Island, so and they really liked it. So I don't know what island this is here. Oh, this is the one that whatchamacallit is on. I don't know. Maui. That's Maui. It's not hotels. Now, Lucas and I were talking about how his hometown, we flew over to his hometown on the second day or the second flight, I don't remember which, that I got this sim, and it looks nicer than Hawaii does. It looks more, the colors are more realistic. You can see where they had to color correct the clouds out. There's one that they didn't. like we're gonna get up close and personal with this mountain. Oh my gosh, where's this thing going? No, 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 no. Now this is the flight plan it gave me, however, I'm sure my altitude was supposed to be higher than this. Alright, so let's go back to heading mode. And, well, I'll turn right. Now everybody has seen this. In some movie or other, you've seen Hawaii. You've seen the Hunger Games, Catching Fire. That was done in Hawaii. So I don't remember Hawaii looking remotely like that, really. Yeah, even those colors look even worse. Look at this. Yeah, there's another cloud they didn't fix. This area needs a lot of love and attention. Climb. We'll go 5,000. Wind farm. I think Hawaii is planning on being completely green in the relative future. They're not going to have any fossil fuels at all. Major international airport right over there. Maui. See, this is how I tell if a scenery is the right color. I look at the golf courses. If the golf courses are messed up, then you know it's messed up. But that looks, I mean, it looks pretty decent. You know, the trick for me is trying to find a way, you know, of course I want them to fix these colors. And I don't know about these. I'll have to zoom in on some service, Google or something, to see how it, if last time I checked, Google's maps were just as bad as Microsoft, or just as bad as Microsoft's. Their photoreal, if not worse. But you know, somehow I'll get a picture of Maui or something that shows what the right colors are, and hopefully they'll keep improving these. But then, you know, until then, my trick is going to be trying to figure out how to get the beauty out of Hawaii that it is, that it has. And that's the big island, right there. What do you mean Navigraph works? What does that mean? I think I've got Navigraph charts here. So if I go, let's close that. Close that. There is a way to make this thing, oh, there we go. Not connect to the simulator. Hold on. Settings. There's a way to tell it what sim to connect to, isn't there? Running on the sim computer. Then just open Navigraph charts and on. Okay, so I've got Navigraph charts open. Like, I don't know if I've got Simlink running inside of FS 2020 or not. I don't see any place to connect to the sim. I mean, there's a thing to connect to the sim, enable moving maps, but I don't see any place to tell it that I'm using FS 2020. on taskbar, look for SimLink app. Taskbar. You mean on Navigraph? I don't see a taskbar. Down on taskbar. Oh, or hidden apps. Alright. SimLink. Oh, Navigraph SimLink. Okay, so let's update that. There it is. I didn't even know that software existed. I have to watch my frames. My frames right now are 30, 31 all the time. Next. Alright, let me turn a little bit to the left. I need to get the SimLink API. I've got some software I want to try out with FS 2020. I want to see how it does. That vertical air movement software I wrote a long time ago, it very well may work in FS 2020. I'm saying 60% chance it works, thereabouts. It wants me to restart the computer. I'm not restarting the freaking computer. SimLink. Alright, we'll try it. Sign in. Hopefully I can remember what my sign in is. Oh, good. Okay. Alright, Navigraph SimLink is running. Settings. Well, here we go. Well, I see that it's got FSX Steam Edition, Prepare 3D 2, 3, 4, 5, X-Plane 10, and 11. So, I don't know which one to set. As long as I can uninstall it, I'm okay with SimLink. It says it's installed in all simulators, so close. And now let's do the moving map thing. It hasn't barfed. That's a good sign. So it's got the moving map thing on. Oh, okay. I just need to know what's in the API. It hasn't moved to wherever my airplane is, I'll say that. Oh, but I see where my airplane is. It's not moving with my airplane. Or maybe it is. Well, this is actually pretty cool because you can bring up bring it up like this. It's not moving with my airplane, but I can move it to my airplane. Data stream, well, it must be running because I can see the arrow moving. So, how much gas we got? Well, I'm gonna give myself more gas. Yeah, they should. That is a tall volcano right there, or mountain, whatever it is. Yeah, they need an habitat, they do. Or something. You can't see roads or anything on what? On, see, I'm having trouble controlling this thing. Because it's backwards of X-plane. I'm going to go to the north side of the island. It's not that hard to make a map into the sim. Maybe if I learn how to program, I'll do something. Yeah, I guess I would think that they would, you know, get, what's that software called? ForeFlight? Well, it's not that much. I mean, you've already got Navigraph charts, you know, which covers about probably 70 to 80% of what, you know, ForeFlight does. Side, make a turn, huh? much. There we go. There's an airport right there. Kind of nice. Yeah, just get Avatab to work, yeah. That's a wind farm down there. It doesn't look like they modeled the you know, the fans themselves, but that you can see on the photoreal that it's there. In other places they did. I suspect that, like I said, I suspect they'll keep working on this area, keep improving it. So yeah, bringing up Navigraph charts did not hurt my frame rate at all that I could see. I was supposed to land on 2.6 down here. We got 3 notches of flaps, right? 125 for this, 150 for this one. Let's go outside. So the islands I've seen so far, this one looks... sorry, I'm having such trouble with this. This one looks to me probably the best. So far. Okay, I'll try out the 152. Yeah, I would say this island is the best so far. I believe that mountain is like 9,000 feet up, maybe 10. I think if you count how tall it is from the bottom of the ocean, it's the tallest mountain in the world. let's go over and take a look. I'm surprised. I didn't think this island would look that good. Trying to find the TBM down in Florida, autopilot on, going to a waypoint, and then just veered off course. AP, I think, still something being on, frustration level going high. No, but when I flew VFR in real life with VFR charts, it also didn't follow. I wish I had VFR charts for the whole world in my drawer, then I could plot a route just like I did in flight school. Well, I mean, you know, SkyVector is pretty, I mean, it's what I use in the States all the time, and it's okay for overseas. It's just not very good. I mean, it's not nearly as good for overseas. That looks really good down there. So I think if you're going to Hawaii, really, this is the island to visit. Though I do think the whole area needs, they need to turn loose their AI stuff on this again. Yeah, you know, Bill, I don't know if you were on earlier today. I was flying the D840, and 10 miles from the airport, the autopilot just went nuts, and I just had to shut it off. It's decided to take me in, and that's the second time I've had the autopilot. The last time I thought maybe it was something I did, so I didn't even think about it. But this time it most definitely wasn't something I did. It was on the magenta line, flying along, happy as a clam, and then all of a sudden it wasn't happy as a clam. Or if it was happy as a clam, it got schizophrenic on me or something. So we're at 4,000 feet right now, so it gives you an idea of how tall that thing is right there. Oh yeah. I used to plot my flights with the old VFR maps. With a crayon or a crayon, I think worked best. And you know, a ruler. Zoom in. Can I go? Yeah. I can go a little inland. Let's go over there. A little more. Come on. The closer you get, the better it looks. Transferring plot line from front to back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because on one side you had one area and the other side you had the other. You had to try to line it up. You have one for Belgium, but and you don't have it. What'd you do? Leave it in Belgium? That's pretty down there. Let's go outside. Oh God, me and this mouse. I keep doing it backwards, as you can see. That looks nice. I don't know that it looks like Hawaii. Well, maybe. The big island is kind of, it's not nearly as lush as the other islands. At least in a lot of places it isn't. It's got little towns here and there. Were you flying the 152 at night, Bill, or were you flying it during the day? This is nice right here. I like this. Daytime and it wasn't lit well enough. I never had a problem seeing a 152 cockpit during the day, that's for sure. At night you'd need a friggin' flashlight. I mean, it's, there's no lights on the instruments that I was flying in a 152. All you had was a red light over your, in the center where your dome light would be in a car. That was the only light you had in the whole cockpit. And then you had your flashlight, which you could hold in your teeth. That red light just makes it seem so eerie. You're looking outside, you can't see where there's any clouds. If you move the view up and down, you can get it lighter, okay? Yeah, I like the 172. I was pretty happy with that. And the two don't fly that much different. I mean, the only thing the 172 flies up 5 knots faster across the board. Your downwind speed is 5 knots faster. Your flaps 1 speed is 5 knots faster. Your flaps 2 speed is 5 knots faster. And then flaps 3 as well. I've flown over Lucas's house. I haven't flown over mine. I'll have to fly back down to Myrtle Beach and see if I can see any of my old house isn't there. They actually tore it down, put a shopping center in, big shopping center. But I've still got, my apartments are still there. Oh, look at this cloud. I'm in no rush to get on the ground here. I'm gonna maybe fly past the airport and come back to it. We'll do a teardrop turn back to final. Yeah, I flew someplace close to where Lucas's house is. I don't know that we specifically looked for his house, but it's pretty down there in Brazil. We should all go. What's the temperature? 17°C, okay. Took a screenshot from the view in FS, and after I took one of my window at home, looks very similar. It's amazing. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how much of the G1000 they're going to get done and when, because quite honestly, I mean, they've got a lot here, but the G1000 has a lot to it. You know, there's a lot to it. Yeah, it looks bumpy, but it isn't. So we're going to go right past PHTO here, just keep going down for a ways. Let's see what's out there. Turn around at the corner of the island. Yeah, they need to fix that. And I was telling Bill, I need to get the API that they use for this. A while back I wrote some software that makes the air move vertically. And I could try it in this sim and see if it works. And I'd give it maybe a 60% chance, because what I've been hearing is that the APIs, it inherits quite a few of them from FSX. You know, the difference with this sim as opposed to FSX and Prepare 3D is the way it flies. The airplane is modeled to actually have a real flight model as opposed to one that's run with tables. So there's 1,000 points on every airplane, they say. So if I do, you know, turn that software on, it may be, you know, but I've got to check to see if the APIs work. I've got to see if they're documented. I don't use a lot of them, but I've got to check to see if they're available. And there may be some other things that change to it too. It's probably, the whole app is maybe 1,000 lines of code, but you know, I loved flying with it in Prepare 3D. Yeah, it would be. The trick, you know, there's so many variables to turbulence though. You know, are you in a cloud? And if you Prepare 3D never could tell if you were in a cloud. It didn't know. You know, they had two ways of asking the question, and both of them were wrong. Sometimes it would say you're in a cloud and you're not in a cloud. Other times, most of the time, it would say you're not in a cloud, even if you were thick in it. And then there was another way. I don't remember what the two ways are. So all you could really do is get the weather in the area and try to extrapolate whether or not you might be in a cloud. So I'll be real curious to see if anything's changed there. Because when you're in a cloud, stuff gets bumpy, right? You know, like when I enter this cloud right here, I would expect the airplane to start bouncing around. You know, being thrown up by thermals, you know, thrown down, all that. Tilting to the side, doing all kinds of weird stuff. But, you know, who knows? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep about it. There's our airport right there. This is the nicest part of Hawaii I've seen so far. No doubt. I'll be curious if I take off in the TBM and go up to, 18,000, 20,000 feet or something like that. I'll be curious to see what it looks like from up there. So that's on my list somewhere. But that's pretty. You're sitting outside waiting for your flagpole solar light to come on. You know, of all the things somebody was going to type right there, Bill, I wouldn't have expected them to say that. You know, this is a nice area to just fly around VFR right here. You know, below the clouds, of course. Not through. Beautiful night in Pennsylvania. Yeah, not in Hawaii it isn't. You know, Hawaii right now is it's around noon. See, this is what X-Plane needs, right? You fly into a cloud and it's scary. I think it'll be very interesting in about a year where this sim is then. Wow. We'll go down underneath the clouds on the way back to the airport. Look at this. Wow. That's something. Crazy, like when we see U.S. cities in the news, it's always day, like y'all, or about 7, 8 p.m. and it's still sunny. Yeah, well, this time of year it is. In fact, where I live, sun doesn't set till in the summer till 9 o'clock. You know, Western North Carolina, Advance. You know, further you move east in the time zone, it sets earlier. It doesn't get dark until 10 or a little bit after. But I don't know where you are. You know, this time of year it's winter down there. So, what's the temperature down there today, Lucas? Did you go to Norway or something? Yeah, it's either daylight or nighttime, one or the other. So this is the end of Hawaii right here. Of course, we could fly around the island. In the summer, it's never dark if you go up north. Yeah. There's some Christmas village, I think, up in Norway somewhere. Norway or Sweden, I think it's Norway. And they put there's a 24-hour feed of it. And during the winter, it's always dark. Always dark. So let's start down, shall we? Let's go down to 1500. We'll go down to 2000 for now. Tell you what, 2500. If I keep talking, I'll end up climbing. Wow, look at that down there. That's a lagoon. Yeah, like Alaska, right? I guess. I don't know, on Deadliest Catch, in the winter, they do have daylight down there in the Aleutians anyway. We'll come back over that. Look at that ocean. That looks really good. What's the wind at PHTO? Hilo is the airport. Wind is 350 at 7. It's variable 310 variable 010. So 310 at 7. No good runway for that. We'll just take 27. Two six is what it is. It's not bad. Alright, let's turn around. Nice scratches right here on the glass. Yeah, I've got a second monitor that I use for my charts and stuff. Whatever I want to bring up. Watch episodes of SpongeBob while I'm flying along or something. I want to go over that lagoon. Yeah, I think Hawaii could use some work still, but it's better than it has been, I swear to God. That's why I miss Habitat. Yeah, in the US, a lot of times I can bring up the charts in SkyVector, or I can bring up Navigraph charts. Yeah, and that's pretty decent. So I don't have to use Habitat if I don't want to, or I can use what is it? Sim Toolkit Pro. Not with this. In fact, I think I heard somebody say that it'll work with this, but it hits frames. So, I'm not a big fan of losing frames. Do you? Yeah, sometimes I'll, well, especially when I've, got an airplane up, sitting on the ground, and I need to gather some details. What was it? The CJ2. Here, let's look at this. CJ2, I had to do that. The first time I landed it, I landed it way too slow. Found out. That's a pretty thing right there. So we're going to be on runway 26. So let's go CDI. We can go CDI and go 260. We'll just do VFR landing. Yeah. Sometimes I get it in my head, I'm just going to launch an airliner and fly across the U.S., which I need to do in this sim, right? I need to, as long as I don't have to screw around with our FMS system, I'll do it. But just launch a flight from, say, I don't know, Jacksonville or something all the way to the West Coast. Or even, over the ocean. Go from San Francisco down to Hawaii. That's a pretty common route. And, 787 and the 747 are both capable of doing it. But I did it one time, I did 2 long hauls in Prepared. I did, I did one twice, but I did, I did Dulles to London. I just let it run overnight and then it paused at top of descent. That was kind of cool, actually. I enjoyed that. The only problem I had with it is that while it was going, I couldn't fly anyplace else. Just had to sit there and let it bake. Yeah, that's probably true. And I'm very picky about which airliner I'm going to get. I mean, I've been real picky about it in X-Plane. I think there's only 1 or 2 airliners I want. Alright, so I don't know what our zoom level here is. I can't read that. It's jumbled up. Just have to keep my eyes open. Looks like it's right over there. So let's go down to, say, 1,600 feet. Yeah, I know everybody wants that one. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you want the 737, pilot guy. I am sure you want the 737. I think the first one I ever flew was actually the 777. And yeah, I won't say I was any good at it. I'll just say that but I was better at it than I am at X-Plane. In Prepared, I was. There's actually a flight. If you look at my video thing, there's one flight that I did to, I think it was Providenciales or something like that. You can see me doing it. It was a good flight. a short video. It's just when I was coming into land. Providenciales. Something. Okay, so where am I? Zoom in. So if I were going to do a flight to Hawaii, I would probably fly into this airport because it seems like it's the nicest one. Alright, so we're doing 140 knots. Slow it up some. What did I say the flap speed is? 120? 150 to here. So we're good. So I can go ahead and put in a notch of flaps. And let's take over. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I liked. I just liked flying it. I've got a lot of right aileron in it on this thing. Flaps 2. Keep reaching for the wrong knob. Wow, look at this. I have no idea what power setting to use. Lucas said that the landing speed is between 75 and 80. 75 and 85. Now I'm high. These trees are high, thank you. Flaps. These trees need to be cut. Does that seem slow? That seems slow to me. Yeah, it does look nice. Looks like they did a lot of work. Look at those palm trees. I'm a palm palm tree freak. You can ask my kids. I mean, I hope the X-Plane guys are paying attention to what a palm tree looks like. They know everything but what a palm tree looks like. So where the heck do I go? I'm just rolling along. We're going to look at this at night too, right? We're going to stick around and just take a look at what it looks like at night. Well, here's a taxiway. If I can stop this damn thing. Alright. Guess I could use... Is there a taxiway over there? Looks like a taxiway. This plane's got a nice feel to it. It gave me no problems. Here, let's... We'll cut it. We'll go over to the other side where there's some airplanes. Airplanes like to be together at night. Yeah, this will be an interesting flight up high. You know, that was an hour and a half, I think. So it's long enough to where I could get some altitude. Come on. Taxi's okay. All right, over here. Alright, I got no checklist here. I know where the parking brake is. Alright. Look how far that condition lever went down. Where is the low idle on that thing? Low idle is real close to the top. It's just a little, like it's one knob's, you know, width down from the very top. It's like right there. Alright, so that's idle. And, okay, so I can't use my switches. Beacon, nav, strobe. Well, I could leave the beacon on. Yeah, lights, icing, off, flaps. Alright. Transponder. And that's it. And then this is cut off, and then just do that. And shut this stuff off. Guess I should have shut my avionics off first, huh? Oh, there we go. Alright, so that's that. Now let's go outside. See what it looks like at night. All right. Actually, from the cockpit, let's go in the cockpit and let's go here. And then go here. That's pretty wild. You know, it's hard to... It's just amazing. Look at these ball diamonds right here. Baseball diamonds. You're looking at a sim at night is always... it's all... we've all suffered with it, you know. We've all, you know, just accepted that it's just not going to be as good. And now that's changed completely. Now flying at night is just as attractive as flying during the day. Just depends on your mood. Just beautiful. Yep. So I did. What would be cool is if these red lights occasionally turn green, you know, and green ones turn to yellow and then to red. Maybe I'm asking too much there, though. Still, wouldn't be bad. Wonder how hard that would be for them to do. I remember I was watching a video where they were talking about Cities Skylines, which is a cool game. Yeah, it is. And City Skylines is a pretty game too. It's limited. You build a city, you build a town, and one of the developers said that sometimes she just puts it on and then just watches the people. You know. Excuse me. You would see planes in the roads in the multiplayer road. If they put realistic traffic lights, you would see planes in the roads in the multiplayer road. Yeah, like I said, if they put, you know, if they use the same world for, you know, truck simulator and for train simulator, which I could see them doing that. Number one, they wouldn't have to build out a whole other world at all. and you could go anywhere a train goes. You know, mode lol. I don't know what mode. What do you mean mode? I am done with the English for today. Yep. Okay. So yeah, this is I liked Hilo here. This is my favorite of all the ones we flew over. I'll have to do a flight back, some point at some point I'll do a flight back over to all I know is the identifier, which is PHOG PHOG. Um, so I'll have to do a flight to see how they did that one. But hopefully this whole area just will get better and better. But or you fly it at night. Flying it at night has got to be pretty, you know, because Hawaii is pretty day and night. So I don't know. I need to do some. There's so many places to fly. Let's see. Marseille is probably next, right? Tomorrow night we'll do Marseille. I am eager to look at Marseille. I'll look at how far it is from Lugano to Marseille, and maybe we'll do that in the morning or something. I mean, I'll set the clock to the morning time or at night, something, because that's got to be pretty. So I think that's it for tonight. It's yeah, a little early, but yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll go exploring someplace else. This is visually it's just stunning, and and I like the 206. This may be the plane that I'll be doing a lot of flying in because it just seems to have fewer bugs than the other ones did. So hopefully we can find some others. All right, guys, have a good night. Good night to everybody. Very good, Lucas. Yeah, that's not English. That was I'll have to study that. That's Portuguese, I'm sure. Good night. Good night, Bill.